Okay, so today we're going to be talking about how to combine two different packages, the Horseanimset Pro from Malber's Animation. And if you're not familiar with the Horseanim Pro, I would highly recommend you go check it out. It's a very nice package. It includes the animal controller, which is also available as a second package, which happens to be on sale right now on the asset store. Can't tell you how long that's going to be for. As you can see, the Horseanim Pro is not free, but I think it's worth the investment. The issue with the Horseanim Pro is that you have a lot of functionality. I mean, you have some really great animations. You can fly and swim and ride horses and ride other creatures, etc. But there's only really two characters. There's your cowboy character, and there's a Steve character, which is a really basic character. So that's one of the drawbacks. You can find a lot of different animals that you can purchase also from Malber's and so forth, but the humanoid characters are a bit limited. So that's kind of what we wanted to talk about today, because I particularly like also working with the UMA package. And so let's take a quick look at UMA. So also on the App Store, Asset Store, you'll be able to find UMA 2. And the advantage of UMA 2 is that it's free, but it also allows you to do a bunch of character adaptations. So if your main characters, you have different character races, which we'll talk about. But you can also make adjustments to them. You can, make the arms longer, the head larger, or change body shape of each of the characters. You can either do this when you're creating your character for the game, or the player can do this before they start the game, and to configure their player, or you can have it happen in game time so that the character maybe he finds an item and you add that item to the character, or a piece of clothing or something like that. So that's what this video is going to be about, so that we can use the strengths of both. Okay, so I have opened the demo scene from Malber's. This is our cowboy character, and I'm using the AC Combat with the holsters demo. And the first thing I did was to save this under a different name. I just called it UMA Rider, so that we have a copy of the original demo, and we can always go back to it and refer to that if we have a question. So I'm going to do the same with my cowboy character, Rider AC Combat. I'm just going to duplicate him so that I've got an extra and blend away the original. Then, of course, I'm going to unpack the prefab completely so that we can make changes to it. Opening up the prefab, we see that we have internal components, we have our rotator, we have our mesh, and the R_CG, which is the skeleton component of the character. So we want to turn this into an UMA. So the first thing we want to do is we want to search for UMA_glib, which is a prefab, and since you've already installed UMA, it will be in your project, and we just want to drop that into, I'm going to drop it here into extras. It can be anywhere. Just needs to be in the scene. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a component to my character, and I'm searching for the dynamic character avatar, and I'll drop that in there. So you'll see that the mesh has now disappeared, and it's also disappeared in the on the left as well. You can see that we've added our new dynamic character avatar script. And why we can't say anything right now is because we haven't set the active race. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. You'll see that there's a lot of different races, and you can play around with that. It could be you could choose to have a werewolf character, or you could choose to have a toon female character, or whatever you want to do. It's even a car. But we want to choose the human male. Okay, and then I'm going to go down here to the wardrobe recipes and click on that and do a search for underwear to make him decent, so that when he's running around he's not naked. Now he's got underwear. Okay, so this is our UMA character, and again, looking on the left here, we can see that we have the mesh is now UMA renderer is our mesh, and we also have a root. That's the skeleton for the UMA. But you notice that we also have the r_cg, and that is going to cause some problems. So now if I press on play, you'll see that we have an UMA character, and he is running around, and he is animated, and he can do a lot of the things that our Malber's character can do. Okay, so that's the first part. But one of the things you'll notice is that, if I go up here and I press F, he will not mount. So we want to solve that. So going back here, we want to see that, again, we've selected the Rider AC Combat. I'm going to change the name just so that we don't get confused and call it UMA Rider. Okay, so now we have an UMA Rider character. And I want to scroll all the way down to our dynamic character avatar script again. And I want to scroll to the bottom of this, and we're looking for a setting that says keep avatar. So I'm going to check on that. And in addition, I'm going to go ahead and delete the r_cg, because now we're going to be referring to our root skeleton. So now when I press play, you can see we have our character, and when I go to the horse, you'll see now that he's going to be able to mount the horse. Great. So so that's basically it. In some of the other videos, we're going to talk about what the character cannot do. Close that. What the character cannot do, which is basically weapons. Everything else, he's going to animate just like your Malber's character. Okay, so that's actually the end of this video, and we'll be looking at some finer details in some of the other videos. Okay, thank you, and I hope to see you soon.